Now you notice the guy in the maroon red shirt, easily over 6 foot, very short, light brown hair, believed to wear tennis shoes, and then Smith in the yellow shirt, white khakis, I think white tennis shoes. But as you notice them in the video, and watch this video as it goes on, you're going to see the perpetrators actually shown in the video. You can see they've been planning it. They did it once before. At one time, I jumped out in front of 91st Avenue and Bell Road and had to grab my truck off the back of the pickup truck. And that's when I fell down and knocked my parachute off. That was about 5.5, 6 months ago. I mean, it's pretty dangerous out there, but, you know, I really almost went down that time. I mean, I passed out nearly twice. I vomited at one point. I stumbled, busted my knee. I mean, and I almost got hit by a car twice because one time I went out there for the car accident to make sure the lady and the other guy wasn't hurt. After I realized they had it under control and they were directing traffic, I went back about my business, and then I went down to the Audi dealership. And there's no actual wall being broken right here in most of these scenes per se. But this is pretty indignant that they can stand up. You know, these guys from Florida that have businesses here can stand at the people in the legislature and the U.S. congressmen like Trent Franks and McCain. And people have to understand that this happened at the time of the bailout. You know, millions of people were losing everything. Mom and pop dealerships were being shut down for every conceivable reason. Even ones that remodeled got shut down. And keep in mind, this CEO of AutoNation's on the task force, selling cars to all the people in the Obama administration, just like he sold all the cars to the Bush administration. I mean, it's a monopoly company. They're too big to be sued. It's a Ponzi scheme organization. Here's Smith with another guy. You know, I don't have anything against all the people in the dealership. There's some good people that work there. They don't know. A lot of them would not be a part of what Max Cohen, Smith, Zamorino, and Scott Guest would be part of. No one would want to be part of that. Now, I posted these videos for almost 2 years. They took my bigger site down. I had 73 videos on that site. And the original video was when car dealers attack. Now, I didn't have intentions of causing any problems with people at General Motors in Michigan. I got people that lived there. My dad was UAW, Fisher Body, worked in the design center. He was a wood model maker, one of the best in his shop for General Motors. He also worked at Ford's in the glass shop. My grandfather worked tool and die for Ford. My dad also worked for Ford and Chrysler as a pipe fitter, union pipe fitter. So, you know, here it is. Here we're getting to the part to where they steal my sign. I mean, this is the setup. Now that sign says GM Handicapped Kids, and that features Lee Johnson, the handicapped kid, and his brother on that same corner where we were assaulted. Remember, Max Cohen never went to jail. People ask me, why didn't he? Most people, when I posted, were blogging out, yeah, I bet he's going to end up in jail. No, it was a cover-up. But there was more on the line just what happened on 91st Avenue and Bell Road, because the Congress people were involved, and the governor was involved, and many other lawyers and other multinational corporations. Some of these right in Fortune 100, some of them Fortune 200, 250. But all this for, you know, because, and complainants for 2 years didn't sue these guys. Westcott couldn't sue them. She's got arthritis. She's got diabetes. She works for a corporation. I mean, she couldn't sue. She'd lose everything. Pretty much has. And what are the handicapped kids going to do from the poor people? That's right. We should dismiss it all. This is a conspiracy. What Max did was just fantasy. But none of 6 of us ever got our day in court to tell the truth of what happened on that sidewalk. And that's a denial of justice right there. Anyhow, this is ridiculous. It's just petty, stupid, and ignorant. I wasn't going up there to cause. I'm up there with 2 signs and a camera for 4 or 5 hours and I leave. It's not like this big demonstration of the year. No, here the guys do. They go around the building for the victory lap. Same guy driving, white shirt, black pants. You see the free praise. The guy with the maroon or red shirt is in the passenger side. This is the victory lap. Now, this is the mentality of how AutoNation runs its dealerships. Not only after they beat people up, but even as of last May the 31st. Come on, this is AutoNation. It's ridiculous. There they go. They're proud. They're going right in front of the dealerships now, the showroom doors and walkways. I mean, come on. Here's the car accident. Here he is. I'm sick. I tripped, I fell down. I'm trying to get across that street. I'm trying not to get hurt. And I'm just being robbed. But the GM handicapped kids on YouTube is the one that got robbed because it was their sign. Well, we don't care about children. We're Auto Nation. Everyone has to roll with this one guy in Washington because he owns the most dealerships. Remember, he can bribe you with any brand car in the world. Why? What about all the other Americans? I guess we must be living in the day of Bahrain and Egypt and Libya and Syria, which is probably the worst. This is America. You respect people's rights. I never went on their walkways. I never touched their vehicles. I never interfered with their business. But they feel privileged to do this. And in their court pleadings, it's not us. They're under multiple different names, the way they represent themselves on the internet, across the country. And then they changed their greeting that they had up for 2 years at Auto Nation in Florida. That they're the #1. They sold so many millions of cars per year. They changed their greeting after 2 years because really basically they mislead the people. Auto Nation's all one. But it is to some extent. But the subsidiaries and different dealerships by jurisdiction are supposed to eat the claims. Auto Nation doesn't ever try to eat any of the claims. They basically try to throw the pimps down that run that operation, and then if they have to bankrupt that guy and force him out, then they bring in another pimp to take over that dealership, and it's still Auto Nation, it's still mob control. I mean, that's basically it. And then we know what they try to do in the Arizona courts. I mean, they think they're running. This is ridiculous. You know, I could have got hurt really bad here. This is the worst situation you can imagine. You don't understand the things that led where I was and the position I was with my health at this time.